Wake up, people! Donald Trump will not release the Epstein list if he's selected as president. This is a video that I put out a couple of months before it was even announced that Donald Trump would be the next president. And in this video, I talk about how he suggested that he'll consider releasing the Jeffrey Epstein client list if he is indeed selected as the next president of the United States. In this video, Dan Dicks of Press for Truth explains why this will never happen. Fast forward to just yesterday, guys, and the Trump administration just released apparently phase 1 of the Epstein Files, giving a bunch of these binders to these right-wing MAGA influencers who were duped into posing for this photo op, and it turns out there's absolutely no information revealed in here whatsoever. It's a massive nothing burger. Everything is completely redacted. And what's even crazier is if you want to have this unredacted, all you have to do is go back in time by about a decade and you'll see all this information has already been released. I mean, you could look at this New York Magazine article from 2002 that exposes more than this so-called release just exposed. Like this paragraph here. Epstein likes to tell people that he's a loner, a man who's never touched alcohol or drugs, and one whose nightlife is far from energetic. And yet, if you talk to Donald Trump, a different Epstein emerges. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy, Trump booms from a speakerphone. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life. Well, indeed, both of these guys enjoy this type of a lifestyle. This is footage from 1992 of the two of them partying together, ogling women who are dancing as they clearly look that like they're pretty chummy here. In fact, I think a lot of people may be quite shocked as to just how deep the rabbit hole goes with Ghislaine Maxwell, Donald Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein, guys. This man has been compromised. In fact, his entire administration has been compromised. JFK Jr. couldn't have given a worse Jeffrey Epstein answer if he tried when he was asked about the fact that he flew on Epstein's airplane. And when he was asked about flying on Epstein's airplane, listen to what this man said. He said, yeah, well, I've also been friends with guys like Harvey Weinstein and O.J. Simpson and Bill Cosby. What a ridiculous answer. Listen to this.
So, and you run into everybody in New York. I mean, I knew Harvey Weinstein. I knew Roger Ailes. I knew O.J. Simpson came to my house. Bill Cosby came to my house.
O.J. Simpson came to my house. Bill Cosby came to my house. I've hung out with Weinstein. You know, this isn't like out of the ordinary for me. What a terrible answer when somebody was pointing out the fact that he's highly connected to Epstein. So the entire MAGA crowd is having a meltdown right now over this Epstein document dump nothing burger as calls grow for Bondi to resign. She has, by the way, recently put out a statement essentially just pitting the blame on the FBI, saying her hands are tied. You know, it's because of the FBI that you're not getting any of this new information. As this new batch of Jeffrey Epstein files draws criticism and calls a complete disappointment. You've got InfoWars posting articles like this. This is not what the American people asked for, with Alex Jones tweeting this out. Exclusive video of the Epstein list release of an unforeseen hand dangling a carrot in front of a little rabbit. Well, Alex, who do you think the hidden hand is? It's obviously the deep state who's been controlling this operation ever since the beginning, guys. So we're going to talk about all of this and much, much more in this video, guys. But really quickly, just before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. If you do appreciate my efforts to continuously bring you this information, guys, here you can do a one-time donation with PayPal. You can do Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. You could sign up here or here for a monthly recurring contribution. You can send an e-transfer to dan@pressfortruth.ca, or you can send stuff to my P.O. box, guys. Links for all of this are located in the description below. Thank you so much to anybody who takes 1 minute today to support my efforts to bring you this information at Press for Truth, as I have been doing for quite some time. I've been reporting on the fact that this Epstein client list delay, and that's all this is ever going to be, is a delay forever. I've already told you that John Doe number 36 is Bill Clinton, and that we really ought to be focusing on names like Henry Kissinger, Tony Blair, representatives of the Rothschild and Rockefeller families. That's how powerful and influential this honeypot blackmailing ring operation actually is. That's who some of the people you got to look at. I mean, we've got guys like Mark Carney recently being caught as having hung out with Ghislaine Maxwell. He's obviously vying for the position of the Prime Minister of Canada. So again, these are very, very high positions of power, and what we're seeing now amounts to a bit of a limited hangout. Released last year, this video. I hate to say I told you so all the time, but I told you so, guys. Wake up. Donald Trump will not release the Epstein list if he is elected as president. And sure enough, here we are. We've got a bunch of these right-wing MAGA influencers who, unfortunately, were duped into this photo op as if to say, ha, legacy media, we beat you to the punch. Donald Trump released this stuff to us before you. But really, this is like a big slap in the face to Americans who deserve an answer to what's going on here. I would happen to agree with Caitlin Bennett, who says the smiling Epstein Files photo op reveals something very deeply sad about our country. How many people actually care about the victims? And how many just want to gossip about celebrities? This isn't a TV show. There were real victims, many who were children. And indeed, that's something that cannot get lost here. Now, apparently, there's social media influencers who received this Epstein binder were caught posting identical messages, making it seem like a coordinated advertisement. These two posts appear to be essentially almost word for word, obviously appearing to come directly from the same source, which again, makes you question the credibility of these people. Now, this is obviously an AI-generated video of these people dancing while holding these binders. This is not real, but honestly, this isn't far from what reality kind of looked like when we saw this yesterday. Again, a huge slap in the face to anybody who's been trying to expose this stuff for a long time, like myself. And I think the fact of the matter here, guys, is there is no Epstein client list. You are not going to get a release. They're going to drag this on, dangle the carrot, if you will, for many decades to come. And if, they do release so-called phase 2 of this PSYOP, of this operation, it's really just going to amount to nothing more than a limited hangout. Now, I've talked about what a limited hangout is many times on this channel, but if you're not familiar with what it is, let me give you the Wikipedia breakdown of it. And this is not something I turn to often, but it does a decent job here of explaining it. A limited hangout is a tactic used in media relations, perception management, and politics, and in information management. And it's originated as a technique in the espionage trade. Now, according to this former special assistant to the deputy director of the CIA, a limited hangout is spy jargon for a favorite and frequently used gimmick of the clandestine professionals. When their veil of secrecy is shredded and they can no longer rely on a phony cover story to misinform the public, they resort to admitting, sometimes even volunteering, some of the truth while still managing to withhold the key damaging facts in the case. The public, however, is usually so intrigued by the new information that it never thinks to pursue the matter any further. While used by the CIA and other intelligence organizations, the tactic has become popularized in corporate and political spheres. So I think what we're going to see here, indeed, under phase 2 of this Epstein file release, is going to be something that amounts to nothing more than another limited hangout. Little tidbits that does not really get to the true crux of the matter, the real crimes that have been committed. It'll just be, cookie crumbs that will be left for these right-wing MAGA influencers, again, who have been duped into going along for this, and who are going to be promoting this limited hangout as if it's a legitimate thing coming from the Trump administration, guys. Again, this is something I've been trying to warn you about for a long, long time, that, we're never going to see anything coming out of the Trump administration in terms of this Epstein client list. Guys, the thing doesn't even exist. It's been long destroyed. They are simply going to continue to lead you on with that dangling carrot, like what, Alex Jones was suggesting with this video here. But again, who do you think the hidden hand is, guys? It's obviously the deep state. It's obviously the same people who have been controlling this whole thing from the very beginning. So just wanted to bring all of this to your attention, guys, because, like we said, the MAGA crowd is absolutely livid right now with the fact that they've just been given an absolute nothing burger under this man, from this man, I should say, who, if you don't understand just how deeply connected he is, you're failing to see the big picture here, guys. It's a big club, and we're not in it. Once again, guys, just wanted to bring all of that information to your attention. Again, if you do appreciate my efforts to do so, don't forget to check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. You can check that top link in the description below on whatever video platform you happen to be watching this on today. And that's all for today, guys. Once again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button, share this video, and stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.